Boys and girls, I want to talk to you guys about 1.1 second half and all the content that's going to be coming into, CZN. But we're not going to be spending a whole freaking hour reacting to that live stream. I'd rather just kind of give a bit touch basis on what's going to be coming in and spend like maybe half this video talking about, oh, well, let's just face it, boys, our new most recent favorite katana waifu, Chizuru. And I'm going to be real. A lot of you guys were excited about Yuki, more excited than you were for Chizuru. I was the opposite. I was more excited about Chizuru than I was about Yuki. Not to say I love Yuki, but Chizuru just fits the concept, the design, and trope that I love. And y'all know I'm a massive weeb, bro. I love the edgy katana users, which Yuki also has a massive katana blade. But Chizuru's concept, and we can just take a quick look at it right here, brother, that concept there, oh my God, dude. First of all, let's just talk about one of my biggest weaknesses. It's a Japanese style design. And I even went so far as to ask ChatGPT what this is. I want to just explain this real quick. This is fucking hilarious. I said, what is the clothing called that Orochimaru is wearing in Naruto? I'm referring to the big strings tied around his waist. This is a very popular Japanese style of clothing that I feel I have seen in Ronin or Oni type of concept designs. I also seen this on Akuma from Street Fighter, but didn't know the name. Dude, I was so detailed because I wanted to know the exact name. Anyways, quick pause. Huge shout out to the CZN team for sponsoring this video and enabling me to bring it to y'all's awareness. Let's get back to it. Orochimaru's outfit in Naruto draws from Japanese cultural elements, particularly the purple rope-like belt tied around his waist, which serves as a stylized sash. And if we zoom in a bit more here, the thick knotted obi style you describe aligns with the kaku obi, a square folded variant tied in ways like the Ronin knot for practicality and visual flair, seen in samurais or wanton warriors, Ronin depictions, etc. We don't have to read the whole thing, but guys, I think you get my point here. Anytime I see this on a character, bro, with the cloth, GG's, boys, pack it up, put the fries in the bag, you got me. You got me, guys, you got me. But it doesn't stop there. The cooking didn't just arrive at that Japanese cook. They then went a step further, gave her a cursed trope, put her hands behind her fucking back. But she's not armless. No, she's cursed. Her hands have to be behind her back. And she now has to use this cursed ability with the mech arm attached to a beautiful purple katana. Bro, I'm about to crash out, chat. And then she got the goddamn Ronin samurai. No, that's not Ronin. She got the samurai type of shielding over here. God damn, I love this character, bro. She's got that blackish, bluish, purple aura dripping. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Anyways, let's check it out. I'm done simping. I want to go over all this stuff. I'm never not going to watch this whole fucking hour yet, fest. Let's go over all this stuff real quick. Okay. So she's void and she's psionic. And in case you guys don't know, psionic is going to be wholly based background smack, giga smack background. Psionic's going to be the same thing as Tressa. And so if you're somebody who has this max duped, which I do, free to play, by the way, this will be a nice little free to play option. The combatant's attack card damage increases by 20%. That alone is insanely solid. But then it says when the combatant first exhausts a card or first gains a status ailment card, their attack card damage increases by 24%. This is going to be a bit more harder to fulfill, but you know, it's not too bad. This is also going to be a bit more harder to fulfill as well. But you know, the biggest takeaway free to play wise is at least she got this. Now, getting back to checking out her kit, once again, she is void psionic. If you unlock her, oh, I like her little model too. Her model looks good. But if you unlock her bonding, like a level 10 bonding, I believe, you get a special lobby. That's what it looks like. We are most certainly going to be bonding. We're going to be doing a lot of bonding, boys. All right, but now I want to check out this action with you guys and kind of give my thoughts on what it looks like. So let's skip ahead a little bit. Here we go, and let's check this out real quick. Moonlight in the darkness is brighter than the sun itself. I like that line. Yeah, I'll tell you what, bro. If you evaporated the moon out of the earth when it's dark, it would you wouldn't even be able to see your own hand. The moon in shadow will accompany you. All right, let's check it out. Come on, let's get with it. All right, frame one pause. I love the 3D. I love the 3D. It's got the perfect amount of gooning on there. You know what I mean? You got the side boob, because think about it, boys. From the front, that cloth is covering up the boob, which me personally, I think that's even more attractive. But the cloth covering up the boob from the front. So on the 3D model, you get to admire the side boob, boys, just for the gooners. All right, just for the gooners. But I also like that it's showing off the rest of her design. Her arms are behind her back and shit. I think that is so cool. I think they did a great job. And they also got this standing next to her, this little purple like will-o-wisp thing, if you will. All right, so let's see it. This is our first attack. We'll go over the like the intricacies of how her abilities function in a bit. Right now, we're just commenting on how they look. I like the coloration. The coloration looks really nice. I love that purple art. Yeah, seems she's got a lot of buffs. Here's Oni Hunt, which, to be honest with you, I'm pretty impressed that this right here has a damage ×3, and we'll explain that why. But it also has haste, which means when you use this ability, it occurs so fast that the enemy doesn't register it as an action. So if they like have one turn left before they attack and you use this, they'll still have one turn left. That's what haste means. I love the sound effect right there. Sounds beautiful. She's got something called Shadow Moon. And then she's got Shadow Moon Plus. God damn it, Bobby, bro. Nah, that's crazy, bro. We gotta hold up, boys. Hold up, boy. God damn it, dog. Bro, I love CZN's artists. Bro, their artists know how to strike a good balance of absolute attraction, like sexiness, but also just looking fucking peak. You know what I'm saying? In terms of edginess. Bam, look at that, bro. God, listen, man. As somebody who's been playing turn-based games since the 90s, brother, you gotta appreciate these turn-based cooks in terms of the visuals, man. All right, here's our ult. I love that. I love that step. Nah. Bro, she's so bad, dog. God damn, she's so bad. I love this step right here. I wish they could have. It's unfortunate, right? Because in turn-based games, you can't spend too long on animations. But man, I love looking at these animations, bro. She's stepping into that puddle like Giyu Tomioka from Demon Slayer. Get to admire her right there. Look at it. But it's almost, honestly, it is a Giyu Tomioka trolley. It is a Giyu Tomioka kind of move, dead ass, bro. It's like dead calm, parting the seas like Moses. Look at the slash all the way down, the moon in the back. God damn, this shit is fire, bro. Nah, we got to see that one more time, bro. Look, that's like the dead calm. That's dead ass Giyu Tomioka right there. Parting the seas like Moses. Bam, straight across. Yeet, Bakuaku. Bam. Ooh, yeah, beautiful. I love that shit, bro. I love what they did with her. So right now they're going to show off the combos, right? I guess right now we can comment on this. I do want to spend some time comment on this so you guys could learn a little bit. So she starts off opening up. Come on, man. God damn it, Bobby. Let's see it one more time. So she starts off opening up with Curse Shackle. That's the first initiation card. And this allows everyone else to basically fill these stacks up by attacking with their cards. So these are called Will-O-Wisp stacks up here. And this is about to put this debuff on him so that when other people attack, it actually contributes to those stacks. And once you fill all 5 stacks up, it gives her a binding card in her hand. We'll go ahead and see that in a bit. So Curse Shackle has been applied. Now you're going to see Tressa create her daggers. Watch when she hits. Bam, look up top. 1 stack. She hits again. Boom, look up top. Another stack, right? Now we've got this, and it's giving 3 Will-O-Wisp for each hit of the next attack card of this unit used. Holy shit. Wait, hold on, bro. I thought it was 2 Will-O-Wisp. Now it's saying 3. I wonder if they epiphanied that and just didn't show the epiphany symbol anywhere. Either way, these are Will-O-Wisp. And now it's saying you get 3 for each hit of the attack card she uses next. That's insane. So she's now proc that. Now I want you to pay attention here because this is insane. Ray buffs the living shit out of this Oni Hunt card. Ray gives whatever the percentage is, 50% right now, a flat buff in a percent value. So when you see cards that say ×2, ×3, ×4, ×7 or whatever, Ray is fucking disgusting for a buffer for those type of units. And oh girl, she's that's her entire deck damn near in terms of attacking. So Oni Hunt ×4, watch this. Bam, 200. That's insane. We just went from 200% multiplier to 800% multiplier in the blink of an eye. Then the Will-O-Wisp stacks, 3. Remember it said get 3 per hit. So she's about to get 3 × 4, 12 Will-O-Wisp stacks. That's 2 binding cards put into her hand from 1 single attack, plus what she's already got over there. So that's gonna be 3 binding cards if we include that the 2 that are already up there. So she's about to attack. Bam, 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 bam. God damn it, Bobby. That was fire. Right? So that's she gets 1 skill point back from ravaging him. That's look at this. I like this visualization here, right? That's 1 stack of Will-O-Wisp, 2 stack of Will-O-Wisp, and then 3 stack of Will-O-Wisp. And so now Shadow of the Moon Plus, right? There's Shadow of the Moon, but then it got upgraded to Shadow of the Moon Plus because of all those Willow stacks that came up there. And so now she's about to do a 213% damage times 2 and heal. This girl can heal as a DPS, and she gets another 20% for each bind stack. Beautiful. Here's the cinema. Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you right now, man. Ray's gonna be fucking insane with her. There's no doubt about it, bro. Ray is perfect. Ray was already a god tier character, but now we've got another Void DPS coming in that can make use of Ray's flat buffs. Oh my god, it's about to, I am 1,000,000,000% running her Ray, but it's crazy because like Ray is already she is so broken. It's like I never realized how broken Ray was going to be, but the more characters come out, it's like, oh, Ray, yeah, just use Ray, bro. Yeah, just use Ray. Here's another combo here. So just to show you how things work again, he creates 2 shadow daggers, right? Watch the Willow-Wisp stacks up there, right? She uses the shadow dagger. Bam, bam, bam. That was 3 willows. Yep, it even applies to your partner, like other people on the team. So if other people attack a lot of times, pop, 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 that also goes to her Willow-Wisp stacks and creates that Shadow of the Moon in her hand. And that Shadow of the Moon, when you fill the Willow up again, it'll just stack to Shadow of the Moon binding 2, Shadow of the Moon binding 3, and then transform into Shadow of the Moon Plus. That's how it works. Yep, so god damn, that's so crazy, bro. Bro, she got 4 willows. What's going on? Is it the agony stacks too that also did it? Holy shit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Upgraded it to Shadow of the Moon Plus already. And then you use Shadow of the Moon Plus and it goes back into its base form. So like you can keep creating that card in your hand if you're doing all the attacks. Look, oh my god, bro, 5,834 damage. And look, Shadow of the Moon is back in her hand again. Unfortunately, she ran out of skill points though. Yeah, so that's one of the things they tried to gloss over that. Boy, I saw that shit. She ain't have no skill points to use it. And there's something important to take note of too, and I want to explain that to you guys. So I went over here and looked at the mechanics, right? I tried to explain to you as best as I can, but I want to make sure you explain something. So she can't gain AP except at the start of a turn or if you ravage an enemy. And ravage means you break their shield. So there might be some synergy. Holy shit, there might be some synergy with my GOAT. Oh my God, let me go ahead and give y'all a little bit of eye candy real quick. There might be some synergy with my GOAT. We about to do the whole shebang. You ready for this? You ready for this, boys? The best one in the game. There might be some synergy with my GOAT, boys. She be following up, bang, 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 bang. She also can ravage. She has a ravage state type of build that's also cheap too on skill points. She might be able to funnel skill points for the team because she also has this card, and I do want to take some time going over it. I'm not sure if it's going to work. I might be gassing you guys, but I love it because she's got this card that essentially says, and I think I might have to find it here, but it can restore essentially an enemy's ravage after breaking it. And here it goes. And it costs 0. If the target's in a ravaged state, recharge tenacity. And so basically this allows you to break their shit again. I have never done this before, but I feel like there's a build out there in a world where that could work. Now this is insane cook. I could be overcooking. It just excites me. And I'd love to try it. Even if it doesn't work, I'd still love to try it. But that aside, getting off that side tangent, I'm really impressed with her individual damage. She's the polar opposite of Yuki. Yuki's AoE, she's single target specialist. Ridiculous amounts of damage. But I wanted to point out that although you cannot gain AP except at the start of a turn, this doesn't mean that she can't work with other units that generate AP. You just have to be strategic about it. There's a lot of epiphanies and perks in this game when you go through Chaos Zero Nightmare modes where you can get AP at the start of the next turn. And so it'll be something like regenerate AP at the start of the next turn. You see what I'm saying? And so those type of units that can get that type of buff, you can still backload. Yeah, you can backload AP to go into the next turn, and then this girl just starts going crazy. on that next turn because you keep creating that Shadow Moon and enhancing it into Shadow Moon Plus with the Willow stacks. See what I mean? So inhibit, although it is a debuff, there's some ways you can build around it. Binding, as I told you before, that's just stacking Shadow Moon into Shadow Moon Plus. Curse Shackle, debuff she applies on the target so that when other people attack it, they give you Willow stacks. Will-O-Wisp stacks. And then finally, Will-O-Wisp itself at 5 stacks, she creates that Shadow Moon card. So that's how that works. Really exciting stuff. This is her whole entire fundamental kit. Even her basic attacks have ×2. That's fucking insane. And then you got Shadow Moon Plus. You got Oni Hunt, which is the Golding Legendary card, which means you can't upgrade that. Or you can't Epiphany it, which is fine because it obviously is just... It's doing fine in and of itself. But I did see you can give it an additional hit to 4 damage, and that's thanks to the Curse Shackle. Here it is. 1 Curse Shackle, add an additional hit. So this card's very important to get, but guess what? It's Initiation. So you get it immediately. This one here, Initiation. So you get both of these off rip, allowing her to pretty much pop the hell off. That's her base kit, and I think... after that, we've got Manifest Ego. These are going to be dupes. 20% damage amount to Shadow of the Moon Plus, and you get an additional 3% recovery to max HP. Remember, 20% damage is always going to be multiplicative in this game. So it's not a flat 20%. It's 20% times whatever the multiplier is. Usually that's how it works, but the wording, the localization sometimes can be a hit or miss. More miss than hit. Level 2, when using Shadow of the Moon Plus card, create 1 Shadow of the Moon card. This is insane, actually, because this is how you can... Well, it's actually not as insane. I stand corrected. Provided you have the ability points, you can infinitely create a single target DPS machine with this type of ordeal. And she'll just keep doing the fucking single target. Bang, 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 bang. So it can be, but you got to have the ability points. And like I said, I think backloading them is the way you're going to be able to do that. After E2, I never look at the rest of them because I look at that as like well territory. Now, everything else, apart from her signature weapon looks pretty damn good. It gives you an attack increase, flat for free 99. And then every time the assigned combatant's cards stack, which they stack a shit ton, she gets 5 to 10% attack card damage up to 3 stacks. And then another buff. Every time one attack card type used by this assigned combatant deals 3 hits, which she can do a lot of them, you get fixed damage too. So that's interesting. The fucking card does fixed damage on top of her damage. And then finally over here, 200% damage to all enemies, AoE, apply Fierce Wind effect, plus 50% damage amount to attack cards of the assigned combatant for 1 turn. Massive damage bonus there. I think this is a really, really fucking good SIG. It's way better than Yuki's. I'm going to be real with you. Like, way better than Yuki's. I'm not trying to sell you on it. I'm just saying that's a lot of buffs given to a character in comparison to the other options that are currently in the game. Me personally, I'm going for it. Now, over here, recommended combinations. I rather cook up my own combinations than watch what they're doing. Chaos Zero Lab. We're getting 2 new buffs into the lab. These are the cards that are, it's RNG in terms of when they pop up at the very beginning. You choose them, and then you go into the next phase, RNG. At the start of the battle, create 2 ambush attack cards. That's really fucking good for Chizuru. Right? Because at the start of the battle, you just get 2 free attacks, put them on the shackled debuff, and she gets Will-O-Wisp stacks for free. So that's actually solid. You can't take this with you, though, outside of the Chaos run. But often at times, you're just trying to get through the damn Chaos run. And so I think this is still nice. Decrease turn draw by 1. At the start of the turn, draw 1 attack card and increase its damage amount by 20% until used. So it's a trade-off there. I look at that as actually pretty good because it takes your turn draw by 1, but it gives you an attack card and buffs it. I think that's really nice. Codex improvements. First of all, okay, I want to make sure I'm going through everything. Okay, so now there's going to be a hidden boss. They're adding a hidden boss to appear into a, I believe it's, decision-dependent hidden events occur in specified unidentified areas. Clearing the interior allows entry to the core of Discord. Stronger hidden bosses appear as a result of story progression. So this is fucking cool. I love that they're adding in all these little RNG, exciting yet intimidating elements in the rogue mode. This is what makes rogue modes stay fun. It gives it a good longevity of enjoyment. So that's cool. Codex improvements. Dimensional tunnels now appear in all chaos within the codex. That's not even a QOL. gameplay implementation. Save data obtained via codex within the dimensional tunnel option can be used in season content. Huge. Forbidden cards are obtainable upon encountering a dimensional tunnel in the codex. Okay, so that's nice. I didn't even know you couldn't acquire that. That's garbage. Now you can. So that's huge. And now I want to skip over here. Nebula Distortion alongside the Kentress and the Family Head. Now you're going to get that final boss, which is going to be this guy. So now you got all 3 bosses to farm out there. The Great Rift Suppressed Servant. This one right here. Form 2 teams. Oh, wait. Is this the new content? Form 2 teams, Vanguard and Rearguard, and defeat the boss within the turn limit. The key is utilizing amplification effects to achieve the highest possible score. The first half runs for 3 weeks from December 3rd to December 24th. Earn various rewards such as cumulative reward. Wait, hold on. Is this... I'm going to have to see what this is. The key is utilizing amplification effects to achieve the highest possible... Oh, is this just fucking pure fiction? If it is, mixed feelings about that one. We'll have to see. We'll have to see about that one, boys. I'll be honest. Black Horn Shop. Now we're getting an additional shop to help with potential resources, more standard summons, more resources to level up your inherent abilities. Yeah, so another shop, basically. That's huge. That's more resources in short. The second supply store is going to be where you can finally get your currency. You see that little purple currency? This can now give you a free dupe on any character. Any character in the game, limited included. And then more resources. That's the second shop from the event that we're already doing. We're getting new memory fragment sets. This is obviously going to be for Chizuru. This is going to be for Instinct cards. I guess the next character, Holy Leaker, is going to be Instinct. I'm banking on that. It looks insane. Plus 50% damage to Instinct cards used against ravaged targets. So we're going to be getting like fucking shield breakers and shit that are going to be doing damage. Okay, interesting. Unigram now open. Don't really care too much about that. Don't really care about that at all. Growth improvements. Here we go. This is the economy I covered in the update before. Improvements to growth currency like units as promised in the developer note. So they're reducing the living shit out of how much it costs to ascend a character, to level characters up, and they're retroactively giving you back the money you spent on them too. So this is one of the biggest QOL currency improvements in Chaos Zero Nightmare. Basically, you'll be able to level up your whole damn roster now. Quick formation. This was a really annoying one in... did I pass it up real quick? Here we go. Quick formation. Remember how annoying it is? Single, individually choosing people. Now you can just choose 2 teams, go straight into a very small one, but a very appreciated. And then biggest one. Chaos Zero Nightmare, going through the mode. Don't know how much fucking points you're consuming. Displays faint memory and maximum memory capacity during Chaos gameplay. You will now know precisely how many points you're consuming when you're duping cards, deleting cards, picking epiphany buffs, etc., on the first line there. Huge. You can take some time to read through the rest of them. That one there was the biggest W for me. I would say down here, added turn indicators for team 1 out of 2 during Basin of Hyperspace turn limit stages. That's nice. But other than that, that was the biggest one for me. You got an event coming in. For 21 days, various growth currencies and anchors will be awarded upon checking in. They be holding it down on the rewards, so that's nice. And there we go, boys. 20 minutes, not too bad. Overall, very excited for 1.1 second half. All these positive changes coming into the game to make your gameplay experience better. Yeah, I'm actually happy with it. Just a little bit of feedback though, dev team, and this is just a bit of criticism, so I take it on the chin. I think when you're doing official information for your 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, I love Fob and I love Jenna. In fact, I love that you guys are collabing with them. But for official information, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. A bit unprofessional, probably better presenting that information objectively, the same way you see other people do it. We don't even care if it's just a 15-minute stream dumping the information into us. We can just do what I'm doing right now and go over it together on our own terms and stuff. It's just better. It's better for people to absorb that information and move on with their days or so on and so forth. But yeah, just a little bit of feedback there. Other than that, W update. Thanks again for sponsoring this video. Guys, if you're watching this and you haven't played CZN yet, you can click my link down below in the description box or pin comment in the comment section to download CZN now. That's going to wrap it up. I'll see you guys very soon for the live stream. Non-sponsored live stream, by the way. Super excited for this patch. Take care. Peace, love, and happiness.